Good morning, everybody. What's up? How's it going? Got the blue waffle parked outside the garage again. AC is still fucking freezing cold. Still holding about 42, 44 psi degrees Fahrenheit. But today we're gonna go a different route. Something this truck's needed for a while, and that is a subwoofer. Picked this up from a friend of mine. He had his IS300, sold the car for a while. He just had this sitting in his house for a minute. It's got 2 amps in the back, and got it for a pretty good deal. And it's gonna go right underneath the back seat here. Went ahead and cleared it all out, lifted the seat up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and vacuum all this crap here. And you know, I'm just getting tired of listening to music without any bass. So basically, first step, I'm gonna remove these amps off the box so I can get it to fit underneath the seat, and kind of relocate these little brackets here and see what I can do with those to keep the sub from moving around. So let's not waste any time and get started. So the beauty about this is that I'm using a box. I'm not going to go free air this time like I did in the SC, which is a huge pain in the ass. I probably won't ever do that again because it sucked so much. It was way too much work. But these I got to find a spot to mount elsewhere. Let's get this box and see if we can get it to fit under the seat. Which it should, because he sent me the measurements over the phone, and these might have to come out. Oh yeah, she's fucking mint. She is fucking mint. I mean, it does interfere a little bit with the leg room here, but my daughter sits back here. Nobody else really does. And I think it's gonna do just fine. So, with that said, pick this back up, and we'll see about getting these legs taken off. Okay, so my solution for the amp mounting is I want to bolt them to the rear bulkhead. So with these though, the seat back doesn't come out or fold down. However, I was able to pull it hard enough, I don't know if you guys can see, so that this little bracket here came off of this, and that's all the play I got now. So I need to unbolt these like ground cables. They look like fucking ground cables. They're weird. So I need to unbolt it there from the middle, and then I'll be able to fold the seat all the way down and access this rear bulkhead. So yippee. So let me get a socket down in there. It looks like a 17 maybe, with a very long extension, and see what I can do. It's a 19. We'll get a 19 and we'll bring the 17. Oh, maybe it's an 18. A 17 is pretty close. No, it's gonna be an 18, which I don't have, but you know what? I'm just gonna fucking send it with the 19, see what happens. Oh, okay, it's not bad, it's pretty loose. And just like that, she is out. Pretty cool. I'll just set this aside right here so that I can bolt it back up after I'm done. And yeah, here we go. I already got a bunch of wires running back here, so we got this. Basically just kind of try to figure out where everything's at. Okay, so got the seat down, got the rear seat skin pulled back, and I guess this is my plan. I'm just gonna fucking send it here with two self tappers into this fucking seat bracket, seat frame, and then just pretty much go with it. I mean, I don't see why not, right? So let me mark my holes and get the drill. Let's go ahead and fold this back down. There's my Phillips. Make an attempt to find these fucking holes. There's one. Let me go back to these shorter ones because I feel like they might hold a little bit better. Oh yeah, they do. Good choice. I have no idea where this fucking hole is. There it is. Hell yeah, cash money. Well, amps mounted. I don't know if that's the hardest part or what. But let me go ahead and button this seat back up together and go from there. Alright guys, so let me show you a little trick that I've seen before, and that's hooking up wires directly to an amplifier that have just a grub screw that pinches down on them. I already did the ground wire, but however, I'm about to do this remote wire for the 14 gauge for the remote wire, and basically if I were to just put the raw copper strands in here and crimp it down, it has a risk of coming loose and not making good contact. So what I did was I took one of my sleeveless crimps, put it on the end, and I'm gonna try to see if it'll work if I'll secure it with just through the crimp itself and get just a solid connection that's reliable. And just crimp it down on that. And that's actually money. I'm tugging pretty hard on it. So, good shit. Now I gotta do the power and then go from there, and then I could do the speakers. Okay, got the main power cable through the firewall there. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, the blue wire right there coming all the way down. These trucks have this sweet little channel here for wiring harnesses, and they have enough room to fit, you know, a large cable like this up this panel here. I'm sorry. And I have it coming up here, and I have more than enough. Check that out. I'm pretty stoked. Let me show you guys exactly where I went through the firewall. You can see right here, which is the firewall grommet for the actual truck's harness. I just have to run it through here, and I left a little slack up here. I have the fuse I'll be putting in also, so just give myself a little bit of slack just to work with later on. So let me go ahead and shut that. I can go ahead and put these interior trim pieces back in here now. and button everything up, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me pretty well. Right now, I gotta fish this razor blade that fell under the amp because I need it. I'll just set this right here on the floor. My last bit of electrical tape because I use a lot on fucking Vic's car. All right, so far what's connected is ground to the amp, remote, and now it's time for the main power. So what I'm gonna do, use my trusty razor blade, make my incision, or strip out the insulation here, and I'll go ahead and connect it to the amp. It should be good. So they run it underneath this. Perfect cut. And I don't have a fucking screwdriver here. I'll just go ahead and jam that in there. Tighten it down. Hopefully that's good enough. What I'll do is I'll zip tie it here to this to keep it from being pulled out. And that's a nice sturdy spot right there. And I don't know if you guys know or really care, but this is my third time doing like car audio shit, and each time I do it I learn something new. So I guess they say practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's just gonna have to stay like that. I mean, I don't know. Oh well. So let me go ahead and do the same thing to the actual speaker wire for the box, and then I can go ahead and fold the seat back up and lock it in place. So a little tech tip for you guys: if you don't have any of those sleeveless crimps on hand, don't worry. As long as you got these and a small Phillips screwdriver that'll fit inside of there, you can push out the metal collar that's inside, and boom, you magically have a sleeveless crimp. And that's what I did here. I went ahead and crimped them onto the ends of the speaker wire that are gonna go to the speaker, and one has a white stripe, so I'm gonna make that my positive. I wish I could have done it to the power and ground cables, but I don't have any crimps that size at the moment, so it's just gonna stay like that for now until I can find some. And I'll just go ahead and push that down there, and let's open up the RCA. So this was just some basic subwoofer car audio RCAs I got at Walmart, because today's Sunday and most of the car audio shops are closed today. Otherwise I'd be doing my rear view camera also. So this packaging fucking sucks. There we go. mean, this is only like 12 bucks, but fuck, man. Who's stealing this shit? So, from what I've always been told, you don't want to run the RCAs next to your main power, because you'll run the risk of getting like interference and shit. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna run it down the passenger side up to my head unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the black one my right and the white one my left. Okay, I just gotta remember that. Then throw that back there. God, I don't want it twisted. Let me fix it. It's gonna drive me crazy. So white is left and black is right, because these aren't, you know, red and black or anything like that. So red is black. Cool. Amp's fucking pretty much hooked up. No, I mean, it basically is hooked up. What I can do now is fold this seat back up, bolt down this like weird cable they got going on there, and put the subwoofer in. Actually, no, I gotta run those RCAs and the remote wire all the way up forward to the radio. So let's get that. Amplifier is in. Oh, you guys can't even fucking see me. Amplifier is in. I did run into a little issue. I fucked up, played myself. The RCAs I bought were only 12 feet long, and I thought, you know, hey, it's just a pickup truck, right? The cab really isn't that fucking big. It's not like I'm going from a, you know, a car from the trunk all the way to the back. Nope, I need about 6 more feet. So I went ahead and ran everything on this side, and this is where I'm at. This is all I got left, right there. Remote wires, whatever, I got plenty of that shit. That had an entire spool, so that sucks. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, lay the subwoofer down, kind of secure it, find a way to secure it, and then I'll hook up those speaker wires. All right, so the subwoofer is now mounted, and I did it pretty fucking ghetto. Here it is. I had these L brackets laying around, and I basically said fuck it and drove a couple of self-tappers to the floor and 2 through the box. But I mean, she's fucking solid. She's not going anywhere. So now that that's done, I gotta finish bolting up this rear seat back, and then figure out where to fucking get basically a female to male RCA audio adapter. So see you then. Okay, so I'm back. Went to Walmart and found the 25-foot audio cable instead of the 12 I think I bought. So I gotta take that out, run this cable, and then we'll start ripping this dashboard apart so that I can plug this into the back of the radio and finally hook everything up. And after that, we'll work on getting this inline fuse put in for that main power, and then we're gonna be basing pretty soon. So let me jump back here, unplug these RCAs that are way too fucking short, and pull them through. Sucks. Well, I'll just I'll save them for another project, and you know, maybe they might come in handy. Hopefully they might work inside the IS300. Okay, so got the new cable routed up to the front, and my plan of action now is basically remove the dash cover here so I can access the back of the radio. And the reason I don't want to pull the radio out to the front is because it's just going to fuck up the cable management I have going on. I have everything routed up pretty nicely. But who knows? Let me get this front fascia off and I'll decide what to do after that. So, real easy. Bring the shifter down. And slide it right out. And be careful with it because it took me a very long time to trim that piece to fit the radio. Then I gotta pop these off. And I'm gonna reveal a couple of Phillips. Unscrew this one by hand so I don't keep fucking stripping it out. And then down here, very hard to see, but there's two tabs you need to press in to release this oh shit handle. If I can fucking, there's that one. Then there's that one. And that comes out like that. And then of course I got two screws here. My fucking music. Okay, so if my memory serves me correctly, that should be it. Unless I have to take out the A-pillars. Come on, you bastard. Yeah, there's that one. And then this one, which is covering up all my antennas and shit, which I've been meaning to fix. So there's that one. Verify all my screws are out, and then slowly fucking lift it out. This is probably the worst part about doing this, because this piece is so delicate. Everything good? Yeah. So I can carefully lift this out. Don't forget to unplug the automatic headlight sensor right here. And then the whole thing should come out. If you have a friend to help you, do so because this thing can break rather easily. Hopefully you guys can see me, but I went ahead and started connecting the old amp wire here to the back of the head unit and crimping it down as such. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Give it the old fucking tug and kind of tuck it down. So tuck that down on there, and then find out where these RCAs go exactly. Let me coil this up real good so I don't have all this slack bouncing around in here, and last thing I want is for it to eventually make its way down to the floorboard again, and that's gonna be really whack if that happens. So I should get a zip tie and zip that up. Perfect, I got 2 right here. And then I could just kind of like stuff that right there, and it won't go anywhere. So I have this connector, I have subwoofer, which is green, then I have right and left. I think I said black is left. I don't know what this fucking green one's for, but you know what? Let's go ahead and connect it and pretty much see what happens. Now that everything up here is connected, I think I just have that one green RCA cable that says subwoofer. Not really sure what that's about, but I guess now let's go ahead and finish up the main power. I'm gonna leave this all uncovered for now, so that when I connect the power, I'll be able to test everything, make sure it's right, and if anything is not right, I'll be able to make changes back here if I need to. So where is my fuse? Right here. Let's get her done. All right guys, just finished hooking up the battery, and I impressed myself again. Except for that fuse right there, this looks fucking OEM as heck. I'm fucking excited about how this came out, man. I found some red 4 gauge that I had there, and I went ahead and did that, and I connected it to this junction box that's here for the you know, alternator battery, blah blah blah. And that's, I mean, I did have to make this hole bigger and this little lid, but I mean, with the exception of that, which you can't even really fucking tell, add a little bit of wire loom there. OEM, factory fresh. So I got the fuse put in close to the battery this time. I learned my lesson with the SE. Thank you guys for calling me out, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect the negative to the battery, see what happens. All right guys, so my battery is about to die, so I'm gonna make it real quick. Project's complete, subwoofer's in, connected, everything's working great. I might have to clean up the ground a little bit to the amp, but you know, that's no worries, I'll do that some other time. But however, as it is now, it's fucking hitting hard. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, send me up in the DMs on my Instagram, down on link in the description. And thank you for watching. Peace.